Hello, and welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome in. Already got a few questions in the chat, so I'll get straight into it before it gets too busy. LFC Colo, welcome to the chat, my man. Thanks for being a member as well. You said, hiya, current lineup is Dubravka, Timber, Gabriel, Mukiele, Rice, Bruno, Ndai, Enzo, Thiago, Ekitike, and Haaland. Benches Dorgu, O'Reilly, and Tavernier. Should I be starting Dorgu this game week? Okay, let's have a look. So you've got Timber, Gabriel, Mukiele. Nice. Rice, Bruno, Ndai, Enzo, Thiago, Ekitike, and Haaland. What I would say... Let me have a quick look at this. I wouldn't be worried about benching Dorgu as much as O'Reilly. I'd be looking more at the O'Reilly benching, which is interesting to me. You know, he plays Wolves at home, so if you bench him and then you see he starts, that's going to be a long day. You're going to wish you had started him. I'm not sure does he come on if he doesn't start as well. So I think you should start him for Mukiele. Zach Howard, morning to you too. You've got a benching headache. Timber, Alderete, Chow, Reece James, Rogers, Bruno, G, Foden, Cherky, Haaland, Thiago, Wilson, and then Collins. You need them predicted odds. Yeah, you do. So your benching headache is what exactly? Trying to look at your team. So you start Timber. Could start Alderete, Chow, Reece James, Rogers, Bruno, G. You're going to start Timber, Nathan Collins, Alderete. Probably bench Malik Chow. Let me know what your bench and headache is exactly, because I don't know how many players you need to bench or not. Who are you deciding between? Zach McParlin, morning, mate. Zach, morning to you too, my man. Javen Gill, morning. All eyes on the City leaks. Yes, indeed. You did Chow and Cunha to Gabriel and Ndai this week. Yeah, that's a great set of transfers. Massive upgrades there. Zach Howard, is there any information if Bruno G starts? Let's go and have a look at the predicted lineups for Newcastle. Here we go, Newcastle. Bruno Guimaraes only has a 25% chance of starting, Zach. So I wouldn't expect him to start, to be honest. Wouldn't expect him to start right now. Sohail, hello mate. Good to see you. Good to have you in. Let's hope for some leaks in the next 30 minutes. Yeah, we really need some Man City team leaks. I've got a few tabs open. I've got a few open here. Just as a general blanket term. So this FPL, or Luke, he's very reliable for City team leaks. You know, he's good at predicting them, etc., etc. He said, looks like the team may be chaos going by main road tweets, so my chances of being accurate are slim. Only ones we can be fairly certain start are Donnarumma, Guehi, Kusanov, Bernardo Silva, and Semenyo. So no mention of Haaland, Cherky, Foden. It's all up in the air as things stand, but hopefully we will get some leaks, and that's what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. Raid says, hey mate, play Van Dijk or Van de Ven? Well, have a quick look at the clean sheet odds. Liverpool 26%, Spurs 33%. So you're going to go for Spurs there. I know it's not... I mean, both defenses have been pretty poor. And Van Dijk is a better FPL asset than Van de Ven, but I would still go Van de Ven just because they play Burnley, you know? Zach Howard, what Chelsea player do you recommend to sign before their beautiful run? I mean, it is an absolutely beautiful run for Chelsea. It's so hard to predict who's actually going to play for them. I feel like the only ones you can really rely on are Chalobah and Sanchez in nets, now that Jorgensen's injured. Cucurella you could also throw in there, but I just think Chalobah is the one that I would go for. And in the midfielders and attack, I would say probably just Enzo. I know it's the boring pick and probably the one that everyone's going for, But yeah, Enzo is the only one I would expect. I think he's going to get the most minutes of all the midfielders over this beautiful run. BMVC, hello, Van Dijk or Mukiele? I'm going to go with, again, looking at the clean sheet odds, Sunderland 28%, Liverpool 26%. It's very close, so I'm just going to edge it towards Van Dijk because he's great for defensive contributions and goal threat, etc. Anish says, hello, Stephen. Who should I start between Rodgers, Reynaldo, and Krupi? Definitely start Rodgers. Alex Escobedo, good morning. Another bench and headache question. Choose top. D. Anderson, Chow, Hall, Soboslai. Of course, if there's city leaks, I can sell Soboslai to Bruno if for any Newcastle defenders, but they might double. Okay. So I'm trying to wrap my head around that question. So choose top D. Anderson, Chow, Hall, Sob. I'm not sure what you mean by top D. Who to bench? Okay, so Anderson, Chow, Hall, Soboslai. I'd probably start Soboslai and Chow, Hall. I would also want to start Anderson. Who does Anderson play against Brighton? I'd bench Anderson. Stephen Gill, I'm not convinced by Haaland captain. He's out of form and will probably have reduced minutes with Marmouche back. Ekitike plays Bournemouth, who concede the most chances to strikers. Yeah, I mean, every team concedes the most chances to strikers, though, usually. He is due a goal, though. I have been saying this. Ekitike is really, really due a goal. His data has been so good. He's looking so dangerous. Yeah, I think I'm still just going to put it on Haaland because you look at those projected goals for Man City and it's so much higher for everyone. So I'm still just going to pussy out and go for Haaland, but I really like Ekitike as an outside shout. I really like it. Jamoa, would you bring in Chalobah or Guehi this week? I'd bring in Chalobah over Guehi, I'd say. Guehi has a better fixture this game week, but in the long run, I think Chalobah has better fixtures. So, hell, I've still got Foden in my team. That's what I'm worried about. Mate, I've got Foden and Turkey. So, I really need to get these leaks. I really need these leaks. Honestly. It's the worst time for, there to be uncertainty around Man City players because Wolves at home is the reason I've held on to these players. And it's, just absolutely classic that we're not sure whether they start or not now. Zach Howard, Collins and Wilson are currently on my bench. I will bench Bruno Guimaraes for Collins, but is Wilson ahead of Chow? Yeah, I would say Wilson's ahead of Chow, like I've done in my team as well. Mystician, hey brother, hope you're having a good day. As far as I'm concerned, whenever I see your beautiful smile, my day is made. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Everyone, please like the stream and make sure to subscribe. You've heard it. You heard it here from Mystician. So, yeah, I would appreciate that if you guys did that. Conrad, play back four with Rodon or mid four with Bruno Fernandes or Anderson. I mean, obviously you're going to start Bruno Fernandes, obviously. So he has to be in there. Morley 6025, start Richards or Dorgu. Richards or Dorgu is kind of a tough one. I would say, who did Chris Pass play? Chelsea? I would go for Dorgu, honestly. Yeah, I'd probably go for Dorgu. Man United have worse clean sheet odds and projected goal odds, though. But it's not that big of a difference, and I feel like Dorgu is so attacking that he could just show up with a goal against Arsenal. I'd go for Dorgu. Stephen Gill, would you start for Bruggen or Dubravka, considering I have Wilson? The clean sheet odds are very close, so I actually do like your thinking there. Jeevan. Yeah, I would go for Dubravka because he has 23% clean sheet odds, and so does Verbruggen here. So, if you're playing Wilson, then you might as well double up on your odds there. Mystician, how did the dominance in the derby feel like? Pretty sure Carrick took some tips from his cousin, in brackets, you. Yeah, I had a few people in the chat last week saying that I look like Michael Carrick, so Yeah, I maybe slipped him a few tips, obviously, since we're related. Yeah, I would never have predicted that result for us to beat, them that comfortably. But absolutely delighted, obviously. And yeah, I think more of that to come, hopefully, for Man United fans. Hopefully, more of that to come. Absolutely delighted with it, though. Oh, Alex, that was a face, like an emoji. I get you. My bad. Soleiman, whatever, says, should I keep Bowen? I think it's okay to keep him this game week. At home, Sunderland, I don't mind keeping him this game week. Or even the next one. They do have decent fixtures, to be fair. And it's like, who else do you go for? Go for Thiago? If you can do Bowen to Thiago and you don't have any other fires to put out in your team, then I quite like that move. Luca says, I can't afford Thiago in for Gio unless it's for a -4 hit and I can get Calvert-Lewin, but then I can't afford Bruno in GW23. Should I roll the transfer? 2.6 mil in the bank, one free transfer. I think your plans should be centered around getting Bruno in. So, if these moves mean you have to take a hit and don't get Bruno, that's just two things that I wouldn't really want to do. So make sure that you can afford Bruno and then look at how you can get Thiago into your team as well. But prioritize Bruno, I would say. Crazy Wiki, welcome back. Thank you, mate. Verbruggen or Dubravka, O'Reilly or Roden, Cunha or Anderson. I mean, there's a lot of benching headaches here. So Verbruggen or Dubravka, it's tied, basically. The clean sheet odds are exactly the same, so go with your gut there. And as I said to Stephen Gill, he owns Harry Wilson, so he doesn't want to start Harry Wilson against Verbruggen, so he's going to play Dubravka. So I feel like, pick your poison there. The clean sheet odds are pretty low anyways. O'Reilly or Rodon? O'Reilly. Cunha or Anderson at Forest? I would say, honestly, it's probably Anderson at Forest, Cunha's a better asset, but if he's not starting and not playing, then I don't know, will he? We'll have to wait and see, because it looks like he's starting over Dorgu at the moment. Jamoa, it's 50-50 between Verbruggen and Dubravka. I'm unsure who to start. Dubravka for save points. Could be Dubravka for save points. The one thing I would say is that Spurs just beat Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League there, and they come to Burnley. So I do think they could carry some momentum into this match against Burnley. So I'd slightly lean towards Verbruggen. Mystician says, I couldn't make any transfers as I have 4 Man City players and didn't want to remove a City defender versus Wolves. Who do I remove among Guehi or Nico O'Reilly next week? I think Guehi is pretty sure to start. So I would probably remove Nico O'Reilly next week. Yeah, I would remove Nico O'Reilly next week. But I like your thinking, Mystician, like not doing the transfer this game week, even though you could make you can't make other transfers without getting rid of the City player. But obviously you're going to want to have 4 City players against Wolves at home. Who are your other 2 City players? Because if it's Semenyo and Haaland, then you're absolutely flying. Because it sounds like Semenyo will start. Sounds like he will, but we'll still wait for some more team leaks, obviously. Crazy Wiki, I can also replace O'Reilly and bench Garner. Okay. I mean, I still think starting O'Reilly is the play. I still think it's the play. Adam O'Connor, bench Mukiele or Chow, please? Honestly, I'd probably bench Chow. I like Sunderland's odds. What are the odds? So Sunderland have 28% clean sheet odds. Newcastle also 28%. It's pretty close, actually, now that you look at it that way. I didn't know it was that close. I'm going to back Sunderland, though. I feel like all the bookies have been underestimating Sunderland all year with their odds. So I'm just going to say that they've done it again. And yeah, Sunderland is the one I'd go for. So I'd start Mukiele over Chow. Jeevan Gill, not sure how reliable this is, but Anfield Insights says that Ekitike starts and is followed by Praz FPL. Thanks, Gallagher, on X. Okay, interesting. Good to know Ekitike starts. I don't think that's too big of a surprise, honestly. But no, it's good to know. Mystician, how are we feeling about tomorrow versus Arsenal? Probably as optimistic as I've ever been before a Man United game against one of the big teams. I feel like this is the most optimistic I've ever been. after that game against Man City where we absolutely played them off the park. We were the better team by far. Now, obviously, it's dampened slightly the fact that Bodo Glimt were also the better team against Man City during the week, but still shows that we can hang with the big boys, and I think Arsenal will be a different test, though. So I still think it's going to be a tough game, but I think we grab it 1-0. MJ says, Haaland, Semenyo, Foden and Cherki with 2 free transfers. Do I roll or take Cherki out? That's so tough, honestly. Cherki is the one to go, to be fair. Or Foden. Cherki or Foden. It's just about who we think's going to start. I really think you have to wait until we get some team leaks. But if we don't get anything, I think you just roll. If we get something like Foden's out, get Bruno Fernandes in. If we get something like Cherki's out, see who you can afford. My pick would be Ndiaye. But if you don't get any news, then I think you just have to hold on to all 4 of them. Quadruple City attack is nuts. Quadruple City attack going into Wolves at home would be so, so good. Jola, hey, would you start Rice or Nunez? Am I being dumb, or who is Nunez? Am I being dumb? Who's Nunez? Am I have I forgotten a player? I don't know who Nunez is. Darwin Nunez doesn't play in the Premier League anymore, mate. FPL Rubber Ducky says, quack, quack. Thanks for... Thanks for that, mate. No, you've gone on to say, I'm trying to decide a few options. 1, use some of my 3 million to upgrade Keane this game week. 2, downgrade Keane to 4.5 this game week, allowing Rodgers to Palmer next game week. Or 3, hold with this. Okay, interesting. So I would say I don't think I'd be getting rid of Keane this game week because they play Leeds at home, and I think that's a really good fixture for Everton. Leeds, not a typically high-scoring team. I know they've been on a bit of form, but I do really like the thought of holding on to Keane for this game week. So that would be my suggestion. We've just got a super chat from Sir. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, I take back everything I said, Rubber Ducky, because I've just heard that Keane is out. I actually did not realise that. Keane is out, Viper's out, Bruno G yellow flagged, Foden and Haaland might get benched. I am in trouble. Sir, yes you are. You are in trouble there. Yeah, okay, sorry, Keane is suspended. I completely forgot about that. So to answer you first, FPL Rubber Ducky, I would say the move is to upgrade Keane. Upgrade him this game week. Let me know how much you have, but if you can get someone like Chalobah in, that's who I'd go for. Sir, I mean, you are in deep shit. You really need Foden and Haaland to play here, don't you? You really need them. Yeah, I think you've got to use some transfers here, sir, or at least take a hit. How many transfers do you have? How much money do you have in the bank? Let's figure this out. We can put our heads together and figure this out. I'm sure we can. Soleim says, is Harry Wilson a good choice over Foden? Considering City's situation, Pep might overthink again. I mean, there's no chance you're benching Foden against Wolves at home. Like, I know there's uncertainty around if he starts or not, but you cannot bench him. I feel like you have to start him. Wasim says, Anderson at Forest or Bowen to start? I'd probably start Bowen, yeah. On penalties. Well, no, he's not on penalties. Paquetà's on penalties, but he plays Sunderland. You know, I think Bowen is the higher upside play there. Suki Lucky, I rolled last week and Dorgu got me 15 points. There's your squad. Any suggestions? It's looking good, mate. It's looking good. Yeah, I really like it. You got 2 free transfers. I think you rolled that again. Michael says, would you play O'Reilly or Chow? I'd play O'Reilly for sure. Mystician, yes, it's Semenyo, Haaland, Grechi, Nico O'Reilly. So I'll remove Riley next week then. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think that is the play. Wasim says, also double Arsenal, Timber, Gabriel, or play Dorgu ahead of one of them. Oh, definitely double Arsenal. Definitely double Arsenal. They have the second highest clean sheet odds this game week. It's got to be. Vert's captain as an option. I really do not mind it. He's been in great form. All the uncertainty around Haaland, etc. Yeah, I think it's an option. I'm not going to say it's the best option, but I do think it is something worth considering at the very least. Yusuf says, 2 free transfers. Went Bruno Guimaraes to Fernandez. Do I go Foden to Enzo if he doesn't start or roll? Foden to Enzo if he doesn't start is a good shout. Yeah. Or even Ndiaye. May I suggest Ndiaye as well? I like him as a pick. But yeah, it's whether we find out if Foden starts or not. If we find out Foden is benched, I'm going to do Foden to Bruno. Yeah. Mark Nightingale. Captain Semenyo or Thiago? I would say Thiago. I like Thiago as the second captain option. After Haaland, that is. Mystician, do you feel if Rodgers doesn't give return this game week, should I hold or it's a sell? I think with Rodgers, we're okay to hold for a while just because he's such a 90 minutes man. And I feel like he's going to ramp it up going into the end of the season because he wants to play in that World Cup and, he wants Thomas Tuchel to look, give him a look in. So, yeah, I think Rodgers is a good hold. You can honestly hold him for a long, long time. And for the rest of the season, honestly, because he's going to play 90 minutes most games. Jolla, you meant Nunez. Okay, sorry. So you said start Rice or Nunez. I think you got to start Nunez there and just hope he plays. Yeah, I would say so. Although it's tough. Is there any way you can fit both of them into your team? Let me know. Semenyo captain. I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I think there's some better options this game week, but sir, you said you have 4 free transfers, but you want to roll them. I mean, if Keane is out, I think you should use it on him and get someone in that you think will get a clean sheet this game week or in the next few. Chalobah, if you can afford him. I do like Chalobah as a replacement, but he's obviously a bit of a jump up budget-wise. Hugo Vert's captain option. Like I said, I really do not mind it. I think it could be a play. Billy Anderson, Bruno Guimaraes, and Cherky minutes risk versus Enzo Garner. Transfer to Enzo and Garner or hold. Yeah, I think that's probably worth the moves, honestly. I actually do think it's probably worth the moves, Billy. With both of those guys uncertain. The thing is, can you just do Bruno to Enzo without doing Cherky out? Do you have to do Cherky out as well? Because I'm just not sure Cherky out is worth it. Benji Kirk says bench 2, O'Reilly, Bruno Guimaraes, Van Dijk, Anderson, Fulham, and Mukiele. Okay, interesting. I would say you have to start O'Reilly. Bruno G, you could bench, honestly. And Anderson. Bench Bruno G and Anderson at Fulham, I would say. Start Van Dijk and Mukiele. Sam's Lambo says start Anderson, Senesi, or Rodon. Probably, honestly, I'm looking at the clean sheet odds. Rodon with 28% for Leeds. Anderson with 24% for Fulham. Who is the other player? Senesi. Yeah, I would go for Rodon there, mate. Get Rodon in. Semenyo captain. I've said it already. I don't mind it. I don't think he's the best captain this game week, but you could go for it. It is Wolves at home after all. Mateus Fernandez is going so under the radar, playing in a more attacking role and has looked very good the last couple of weeks. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see. Does he pop up with any goal contributions? Because then he could be a serious option. Haaland, Foden, and O'Reilly will start. No news yet, lads. No news yet as things stand. Let's have a little look at Twitter and see what is happening with regards to any team leaks. No news yet. No news yet, lads. We're still waiting for some team leaks. So we'll wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, it looks like. What do I do with Gakpo? He's so annoying. I don't know if he'll start or not. Okay, let's have a quick look. Is Gakpo going to start? Oh, 38% for Gakpo. Not looking good. Although, this is in order of the best predictors this season. And the best predictor this season does have Gakpo starting. So I don't know if you want to read into that what you will. But the second, third, and fourth best predictors have him not starting. So honestly, I would say it doesn't look like he's going to start. Then again, Ekitike. So this guy obviously thinks Gakpo is going to start ahead of Ekitike, but everyone else thinks Ekitike will play. So it's a bit of a toss-up there. Looks like it's a bit too much uncertainty around that Gakpo starting or not. So I think that's a tough one to predict. Sam's Lambo, you're thinking Foden to Enzo this week and Shada to Bruno next week. Thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind it. I actually quite like that. Mate. But only if Foden doesn't start. Because if Foden starts against Wolves, you're going to want him. Zach Howard, thoughts on Estevao instead of Enzo as a transfer in next week as a differential? His expected goals and assists is ahead of everyone in the Chelsea squad, but only has 2 goals and assists. Bad luck or horrendous finishing? I think he still needs to find his shooting boots. I think he's really good at getting into those areas, creating chances and getting into dangerous positions. But I would say it's just too much of a risk. But I do like it. I mean, if you're a Chelsea fan and you look at that and you're like, I really want Estevao, then I think it's worth it because he's an exciting player to watch and to have in your FPL team. But I just don't know, is it worth it over the likes of Enzo, who we are guaranteed. Like, I feel like the thing with Estevao is that his minutes are you know, that's the issue. But with Enzo, you're a bit more certain, aren't you? So someone says FPL Citizen. Don't know which one is the one you're mentioning. Maybe this guy. You said he's leaked. Someone says Roaring Billy says FPL Citizen has leaked start for O'Reilly. I mean, I'm not seeing it. Man City leaks. Let's see Man City leaks. See if we're getting anything, lads. Okay, apparently don't trust this account for Man City leaks. He's a fraud who is always guessing 100%. So yeah, maybe not the one to go for. Nothing yet, lads. We're just going to wait. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But back to my team. This is how my team's lining up. I mean, it's seen better days. Stephen Gill, I'm doom scrolling with 5 streams up. Never been so overstimulated. Yeah, I'm sure we will all get the team leak news at the same time. So yeah, we're just keeping an eye on those leaks. We're gonna get them though. I have a good feeling. We're gonna get them. Johnny G says, "Hey mate, would you transfer out Bowen for Thiago? You have 1 free transfer." Honestly, yeah, I probably would do that. I don't know, is it worth it? Yeah, Johnny, I would do that. If you have no other fires to put out in your team, I think it's an upgrade. I don't think it's the best game week to do it because Foden plays Sunderland, but Thiago plays Forest, so it's kind of like another good fixture. Mystician, so if I remove Nico O'Reilly next week, who would you suggest to bring in? You have Gabriel, Guehi, Lewis Hall, Esteve. Oh, definitely get Chalobah next week. That's the play. Easy as you like. Verts, I'll read into it and go crazy. FPL Citizen league. Sir says, oh no, FPL Olympian captained Haaland. Yeah, it looks like he did. I don't know, can we see that tweet? But FPL Olympian did in fact captain Haaland, which is, I mean, usually a sign that, I mean, his captaincy picks this season are historically horrendous. So you can see everyone just saying, okay, he's benched then. KSI crying. He's due to sit on the bench, actually. Haven't they said he'll be rested? Who's they? Oh, God. Yeah, sir, it's not a good look. It's not a good look when this guy captains our guy, but we're just going to have to roll with it. Honestly, there's no other thing. There's nothing else we can do. Let's check what Luke is saying. Does he have anything recently. So Turkey or Foden, any chance they both start? Who do you sell if you own one of them? I really don't know. All I know is long term it's less stress to own neither, probably. Yeah, that's probably the most realistic answer, honestly. Yeah, that's we don't know. We don't know yet. We really don't know much. I mean, as Luke said, the only ones we can be certain that start are Donnarumma, Guehi, Kusanov, Silva, and Semenyo. So if you have any of those guys, you're in a good place. Did FPL update their page? I can see the scores of past games and player profiles. Oh, interesting. Nice one. I'm not sure though. Mukiele or the incident log reel says Mukiele or Anderson at Fulham over O'Reilly. No, I'd still be starting O'Reilly. Cal Turabali says, hello mate. O'Reilly, Timber, Frimpong, Tarkowski, Wilson, Cherky, Gordon, Bowen, Ekitike and Haaland. Bench Rice, Cunha, Goodmanson. Would you play Rice and Cunha? Probably wouldn't play Cunha. Would I play Rice over Frimpong maybe? I'd probably play Rice over Frimpong. You know, I'm just not sure. Does he get the start? Let's see what is let's see if Frimpong's starting likelihood is. Where is he? Frimpong, 100% chance to start. I think it's between Rice and Frimpong, so you have to make that call there, but I'd edge it towards Rice, honestly. I don't see a Liverpool clean sheet against Bournemouth, if I'm honest. Against anyone. Against anyone, really. I'm just going to keep refreshing this because we need to know. And I cannot make my transfer until right before the deadline, because if we find out Foden doesn't start, then I need to do Bruno to Foden, and yeah, I just can't do the other transfers that I want to do. So I'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. Alright, I'll get back to your questions for now. You said, Raid says, play Cash or Alderete? I mean, if you look at the clean sheet odds, Villa with 18%, that's pretty poor. Sunderland with 28%. So I'd go for, I'd be going for Alderete all day. Roaring Billy, Mukiele or Bowen? Still Bowen. FDX, bench Rodgers, Lefay or Bowen? Thinking Lefay. Yeah, I agree. I think you have to start Rodgers and Bowen there. BM, have you heard anything about Mateus Nunes, if he's starting or not? Missed the last two. Yeah, let's have a quick look at Mateus Nunes' chance of starting. 0. So I think he's injured at the moment. Yeah, and Mateus Nunes isn't going to start. Raid Farid, do I bench Haaland or is it too much of a risk? That is way too risky for my liking. Adam Dine says, I have no idea what to do with my team. You've used every chip or you have every chip left. Either way, you've got 5 free transfers. Okay, so you got to do something. You've got Pickford, Dubravka, Timber, Richards, Virgil, Anderson, Dorgu, Saka, Foden, Bruno G, Gordon, Wilson, Haaland, Thiago, Obi. Okay, Haaland, Thiago, Obi is fine up front. In the midfield, you've got Saka, Foden, Bruno Guimaraes, Gordon and Wilson. Maybe Bruno Guimaraes is the one to go. One of the Newcastle lads, honestly. You could get rid of both of them, which I don't mind either. They have tough fixtures and Bruno G is yellow flagged anyways. I think with the uncertainty around him, you got to get rid of Bruno G. Let me know, Adam, once you get rid of Bruno Guimaraes, how much money do you have left in the bank? And we can find you a replacement for him. Jolla says, okay, here we go. Bench 1. Sanchez, Gabriel Tarkowski, Mateus Nunes, Timber, Mukiele, Memento, I don't know who that's supposed to be, Fernandez, Palmer, Rice, Thiago, Haaland. I mean, like, come on. You're not going to bench Haaland, Bruno Fernandes, Rice, or Thiago. Give me a realistic one. But obviously, if I don't know who Memento is, I think that may be a typo. So I'm going to guess Mateus Nunes has to be benched there anyways, because I don't think he's going to play. Downman Taz says, hello mate, Miley, Rodon or Dorgu to start? Probably Rodon, honestly. Nico Ladd says, I bring this week Ndai Everton and Chalobah and Captain Hugo Ekitike. What do you think? I love it, mate. I love those transfers. Really good. Ndai and Chalobah. I like it, man. FDX, start Calafiori or Chow? I mean, what are Calafiori's chances of starting? I know I saw him pictured in training. I mean, doesn't look like he's going to play. So I'd say Chow. Cal Turabali, thanks. No problem at all, mate. That's what I'm here for. Rowan Billy, start Mukiele or Bowen. I think I answered that already, mate. Go for Bowen. Michael Ridey says, where do we see clean sheet odds? I mean, I get mine from Rob T on Twitter. I really like his. He has really good graphics. I'd go for him, mate. Clean sheet odds, projected goals, etc. He does it all. That's all you need, isn't it? Dwight Trude, hey mate, are you holding Foden if no team leaks? Yeah, 100%. I've got to hold him. Got to hold on to Phil Foden. Speaking of team leaks, let's refresh. See what we're getting. Oh, nothing yet, lads. Nothing yet. Man City team leaks. Anything coming out? Embargoed quotes. Nothing. I don't see anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there. I mean, if there's no leaks, I'm just holding all 3 City players that I own. I'm just holding all 3 of them. If there's no leaks. Like, I've got to. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it because we've only got 20 minutes to go. Martian says, replacing Voltamata finally. Looking at Broby and playing the next 2 weeks, or should I go all the way down to Mane/Krupi? I like Broby as a shout, mate. I do. I was looking at him as well. I think I'm not. I don't have the space to do it in my team right now, but I would go for Broby for the next 2 weeks. I like it, man. Patrick Sarsfield says, I've got Bruno. I'm going to do Foden to Semenyo. What do you think? Foden to Semenyo is very sideways, Patrick. I would say you're just swapping out one City player for another. We don't know is Foden benched. There's all this hysteria. I mean, like, I don't think that is worth a transfer. I think you hold on to Foden. And we're not 100% sure Semenyo starts. The only reason we think he starts is because he's not able to play in the Champions League. So they're going to play him. Like, as in, he's not registered for the Champions League. So they're going to play him in the Premier League. Doesn't mean Foden doesn't play. So I think you keep Foden. Alex Escobedo, could Newcastle double if they win versus City in the Cup? I believe so, yeah. So we'll have to wait and see how that looks. But yeah, all the doubles, all that stuff, I'm just going to leave it until... I mean, it's good to keep an eye on it, but until those games are done, there's really no point in planning around it. Bench 2 out of Lacroix, Tarkowski, Alderete, Miley, Cunha, Chow, Bruno Guimaraes. Probably Miley and Bruno Guimaraes. Anonymous, who to start from Krupi, Mane, Senesi or Reynildo? I don't know who Wolves play City. Honestly, you probably start Reynildo there, I would say. Yeah, I'd start Reynildo. What do you think of Semenyo and Fernandes for Foden and Cunha, even if Foden plays? If by Fernandes you mean Enzo Fernandez, because you've done it with a Z, what do you think of Semenyo and Enzo? I'm not sure who you mean, though. If you mean Foden, Semenyo and Enzo for Foden and Cunha, even if Foden plays, yeah, I think you got to hold on to Foden if he plays. It's Wolves at home. It's Wolves at home. Let's not be ridiculous. Let's hold on to Foden and just, if he's going to play, it's Wolves at home. One more week of Foden. Of this, I mean, I cannot wait to get him out of my team. I know everyone's itching to get rid of him, but it's Wolves at home. And even if he bangs, like, scores a hat-trick against Wolves at home, I still think I'm going to sell him. Nathan Ard says, start Gordon or Enzo? Probably Enzo. Nikolai Miller, which wildcard 23 should I pick? Team 1, Sanchez, Dubravka, Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah. I mean, that's a lot to take in. Tell me what the differences are. Have you capitalized the differences? Yeah, you have. Okay, nice one. So you've got Dorgu and Wilson Ekitike versus Gwehi Mbumo Krupi. Ooh. I like the second one, honestly. Gwehi Mbumo Krupi. Yeah, I'd go for that one, mate. Wildcard number 2, Nikolai. Adam Gogsy, who to bench out of Enzo, Wilson, or Ndai? Jesus, that's so tough. Probably Wilson. I think maybe Wilson. You're going to start Ndai. It's between Enzo and Wilson. I'd probably just bench Wilson. Amin says, Cunha to Ndai or Bruno Guimaraes? Yeah. Cunha to Ndai for sure. Bruno G is yellow flagged. Got rid of Bruno Guimaraes. 7.4 to spend. Oh, get Ndai in. Adam D-Y-N-E. Adam Dine. Go for Ndai. I quite like that move. Sir, I can really use Man City or Bruno G info right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people could. Let's go back and see if we're getting any leaks. Come on, the City leaks. Nothing yet. Not seeing it, lads. We're going to keep refreshing, and I'm going to be here up until the deadline, so we'll keep an eye on it. Ive Star, should I sell Rodgers for Semenyo? I wouldn't sell Rodgers. I think he's just so consistent with his minutes, and he could have scored like 3 times last game week as well. He's due a goal. Viper Fata, Foden to Bruno and Tavernier to Ndai for -4. Nah, I wouldn't do it for -4. Because what if Foden starts? What if Foden starts? Dungle, Gallagher, mate, your content is good. Please keep up. Why were you gone the last few weeks? Yes, I was away I was traveling, but also I work for a football agent, and it's the January transfer window right now, so I'm doing my best to get all the videos out as much as I can. But yeah, as I work for a football agent, it's really tough to, the January transfer window is one of the only times that we can do deals. So I have to be working overtime. So I missed a few videos, but I'm doing my best to stay on top of it. And once January's over, I'll be absolutely consistent all the way up until the end of the season. Mystician says, like the stream, everyone, and make sure to subscribe or else your FPL will suck. You heard the man. It's not coming from me. You heard him. But yeah, go ahead and like the stream, guys, if you're enjoying it, and subscribe or else your FPL will suck. Nicolad says, I think Haaland gonna rest and Marmoush will play. That's just my opinion because Haaland played midweek and he looked tired. Yeah, Haaland looked absolutely knackered. Speaking of, lads, make sure that you set your vice captaincy, okay? Make sure you set your vice captaincy. I've got mine on Ekitike. I would put it on Foden or Turkey, but we just don't know who's going to play. So make sure you set your vice captaincy this game week. If it is on Haaland, you're going to want to have some security there. Dungle says Pope versus Dubravka and Krupi versus Alderete. For Pope versus Dubravka, I'd say Pope with higher clean sheet odds. And then with Krupi versus Alderete, honestly, I'd be tempted to start Alderete over Krupi. I'd go for Alderete. VAR 41 says, start Bruno Guimaraes or Anderson at Fulham. I'd probably start Anderson at Fulham, just with the uncertainty around Bruno. Hadley Walton says, start 2 between Mukiele, Chow and Voltemada. Oh, that's a tough one. I would go for Mukiele and Voltemada. Yeah. No, actually, Mukiele and Chow. I actually don't think that Voltemada is predicted to start this game week. So I think you have to bench Voltemada there. Yeah, here we go. Voltemada only 25% chance of starting. So I think you've got to bench him. Let's have another quick refresh and see if there's any leaks. Nothing yet, lads. Yeah, nothing yet. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like nothing yet. We're going to keep an eye on it, though. We're going to keep an eye on it. Just refresh it. Keep refreshing. Interesting. City down to 2.36 goals since this morning's update. Wow, that's insane. If you look at it, right? Just the market update. Okay. Oh boy, is that down from 2.78 midweek down to 2.53? So that's actually a very significant jump. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a huge jump down. We're going to go back and keep refreshing this page because we just need to know what's going to happen. We'll see. Flixo says, hi mate, my 5 defenders are Chalobah. Oh, sorry, I lost your message there. Your 5 defenders are Chalobah, Timber, Gabriel, Chow, and Tarkowski. What 4 would you start? I'd probably bench Chow there. Zach Howard, advice on next week's transfers. Cherki and Bruno Guimaraes out for Foden, for Enzo and Bruno Fernandes. But is it worth keeping some money by having Mbeumo instead of Bruno Fernandes, especially if he plays up top every game? I still think it's worth going for Foden, for Bruno Fernandes. I still think he's just the best midfielder in the game. Best midfielder in FPL. So I really like those moves though. Cherki and Bruno G to Enzo and Bruno F. Yeah, I think those moves make a lot of sense. Alien says, hi Gallagher, hello to you too. Bench 1 of Anderson, Alderete and Hall. I'd probably bench Anderson. But hey, no, I would bench in that situation. Probably would actually bench Anderson at Fulham. Yeah. Matthias says, play Lafay or Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson, I would say. I would just... Actually, you know what? Enzo Lafay against West Ham is a bit more upside, so I'm always going to go for the upside play. I'd go Lafay. Fahad says you have 3 free transfers. Can go from Ekitike to Thiago, Cunha to Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Guimaraes to someone else, or keep. Other mids are Foden and Saka. I don't think Ekitike to Thiago is worth it. Cunha to Bruno is worth it, but obviously you need the money from Ekitike to Thiago to do that. Yeah, I think if it depends on if you need some of the moves to afford some of the other moves. Zach Howard, oh, that would be a -4 to do that. Okay, interesting. That changes things slightly. I still think Cherki to someone like Enzo could be the play, and then do the other move the next week. Or if you can just do Bruno Guimaraes to Bruno straight up. Aiden Wellens, when are you going to play your wild card? Probably... Honestly, I'll probably play my wild card around Game Week 32, but I'm still going to wait and see all the stuff with the doubles, etc., etc. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm keeping an eye right now on any leaks. Any leaks. I mean, we don't have anything yet. We still don't have anything. Sir, with another super chat. You are absolutely flying them in. Go on, the lad. All right, so I'll read it out. You have 11 healthy players. Very good. Including Haaland and Foden with 0 in the bank. Should I move on from Bruno Guimaraes or Keane or both? You have Alderete and maybe move on from Keane to Mukiele and maybe Anderson. Okay, I actually do like Keane to Mukiele. You have Alderete already, but they have some good fixtures coming up. Yeah, I think Keane to Mukiele, but if you can't afford him... Or sorry, if you can increase, your budget slightly, I would look at there could be some other options that you could go for. Someone to consider, sir, that I don't think a lot of people are actually realizing is Fofana at Chelsea. The reason I mention him is because Tosin is injured. Now, obviously, Badia Shell can play there as well, but Fofana's 4.4 mil. He has the insane fixtures coming up. I could see him being a nice little option that you're not sure he's going to play every game, but when he does, he's 4.4 mil and he plays for a good defense with some great fixtures. So I think he's someone to consider as well. Lads, we have 10 minutes to go on the deadline. I believe my laptop's about to run out of battery, but I think it should make it just to the end of the stream. We should be okay. So I'll fly through some. I'll go from the bottom up now because I've lost where I was in the chat. ADK Soccer says, Alderete or Anderson, start 1. Alderete, I'd say. Patrick says, I have 4 Man City players, Guehi, Semenyo, Foden and Haaland. Should I risk playing them all? Definitely do. Risk it. 4 Man City players, Guehi, Semenyo, Foden and Haaland. Should I risk playing them all? Definitely do. Definitely do. Risk it. 4 Man City players, Guehi, Semenyo, Foden and Haaland. Should I risk playing them all? Definitely do. Definitely do. Risk it. Stephen Gill, Haaland and Foden not starting. I mean, where are you hearing that? I need to know right now. Lazy FPL. Okay, that's actually insane. That is actually insane. If that's true. Wow, 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 wow. Guys, okay, Haaland and Foden not starting. No way. Foden benched. That is crazy. No chance. If this isn't real, that is crazy. Nah, no chance. I mean, he is so reliable. Like, they are so reliable for news. Lads, that is nuts. Haaland and Foden are benched. Oh my god, that changes everything. Okay, I need to go to my... Before I do it on my FPL team, I need to do this. I need to make a new plan on my actual team. Because now that I'm getting... I mean, the plan was always to do Gabriel... Oh god. Oh god, oh god. I've just had an idea though. Okay, wait. I've had an idea. So, I could still get Gabriel in this game week. What I could also do is replace Foden with Ndai, who I think outscores Bruno Fernandes this game week. Just because he has a better fixture. I quite like that idea. And then optimize lineup. Let's get Alderete in there. Boom, boom, boom. Cherki probably starts over Rodgers. I mean, I don't know, is Cherki even going to play? Do I just start Rodgers over him? Probably makes more sense to do that, but... Okay, and then the next game week, then I get Foden in. Because then I'd have 3.8 mil. So I can do Foden to... I can do Cherki to... Oh, sorry, I keep saying Foden. I meant Bruno Fernandes. There you go. Rodgers, get in there. Boom, boom. Collins, get out of there. Oh, lads. This shakes everything up. This shakes absolutely everything up. And now I have to figure everything out, lads. Okay. Yeah, Haaland and Foden benched. That is crazy. Nah, it absolutely is crazy. Is it real, though? Is this real? Let's see what other people are saying about it. Let's see what other people are saying about it, because I need to see some other confirmation bias. Absolutely crazy. I mean, how do we know this is true? I mean, they are so consistent, to be fair. Haaland and Foden not starting. Crazy. Absolutely mental. Does this mean Cherki definitely starts? Does this mean Cherki definitely starts? I'm just going to search Cherki up and see what happens. Oh, lads. This is absolute mayhem. I'm going to... It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm going to... Okay, let's go back to my thinking, though, because this game week, I was supposed to do... Let me reset everything. Okay. Foden has to go. I could just go straight to Bruno, but I could also just go for Ndai. I can't spell, mate. One thing I want to check before I confirm that move, though, is projected points. Wow, Tarkowski's really up there, huh? Do we have an Everton predicted lineup? Because if Ndai doesn't even start in that, then I want to know. Yeah, this is absolutely madness, lads. Haaland and Foden benched. Crazy. Absolute madness. Okay, I think I'll do Foden to Ndai and then Konate out for Gabriel. Triple Arsenal defense. Come on, the lads. Even though it's against my boys. Then it's like, who do I start? I think I still start Cherki, right? Because if Foden is not playing, then I think I have to. I'm going to delete all these tabs. I mean, yeah, let me change my captaincy real quick to I mean, who is Rob T saying the best captain is? I need to make this decision now, honestly, because we only have a few minutes. Mo Salah, Saka, Gabriel, Rice. It's not looking good, boys. I think I might just have to captain Ekitike. I think I might just have to captain my boy. Oh, God. It's all gone to shit, lads. It's all gone to shit. I'm still going to start Haaland, right? So none of that really matters if Haaland and Foden are benched anyways. Okay, let me do my moves. Or let me look one more time at this. So I have, Ndiaye, Foden out for Ndiaye. I have Konate to Gabriel. And I can line up like this. I'll probably start him and just line up like that. And if, Haaland doesn't play, Rodgers comes in for him. I can deal with that. And then let's have a quick look actually at Aston Villa's goal odds compared to Fulham's. Okay, they are lower, so I should start Wilson. And then the next game week, I won't be able to get Chalobah straight away, but yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna go for it, lads. Foden out for Ndiaye, and then Konate out for Gabriel. Boom. 3 minutes to go on the deadline. We are going for that. I think it's the play. Yeah, what are you guys thinking? It's absolute mayhem. Haaland out. Nah, come on. This is insane. Konate and Gabriel out. Foden out. Okay. I really don't want to get rid of Foden, but like... Oh. Yeah, I think he's got to go. He's got to go. And I really like Ndiaye as a pick, to replace him. I really like him as a pick. So, yeah, I think it's the play. Oh, God. Oh, God. I like these as well. Let's have a quick look at these. So, where are Everton on this list? They're so low. Should I go for someone else other than Ndiaye? I still like him as a pick. I'm just wondering. No, I think I should just play it safe. Get Ndiaye in. He's a 90-minute man. Yeah, Konate out. Phone. Okay, confirm. I've done it. Gabriel, get in there for Rodgers. Boom, boom. Save team. Captain Ekitike. Come on, the lads. There we go. Team is locked in. Just so everyone knows, if you're joining the stream late, let's pop this up very quickly. I mean... this is absolute madness. Absolute madness. Let me take a quick screenshot of my team before it disappears. Okay. Boom. Yeah, lads. Fucking craziness. Haaland and Foden benched. Thiago. Honestly, yeah. So who is everyone captaining now? We have, how long to go? We have 30 seconds to go on the deadline, lads. 30 seconds to go. Make sure your team is locked in. Make sure it's locked in. Am I making a mistake benching Rodgers and Chow? Potentially. Rodgers has... Oh, God, don't fail me now. The clean sheet odds. Sunderland with 28%. Newcastle with 28%. I just think that they're underestimating it slightly. I'm I'm just going to bench both Rodgers and Chow and not try to predict that game at all. Just see what happens. We'll see what happens. And hopefully just Haaland doesn't play at all. And you know what? Vice captain on Ndiaye last minute. Oh, maybe I missed it. I missed it by 15 seconds. But it's okay. I captained Ekitike. So there we go. The deadline has passed. There we go. Sir, I'm shaking, mate. Just went Foden and Keane to Enzo and Chalobah. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to post now because that was mayhem. Haaland. Okay. FPL mayhem with FPL. How do I even... I'm absolutely brain farting. Absolute mayhem with Man City leaks. I'm going to say Haaland and Foden benched Where is my photo? There it is. Boom. Okay, so let's do GW23 locked in. Get that lock emoji going. Oh god. No, that's not how you do it. There you go. Okay, and then I'll say Foden changed for Indai, and Konate changed for Gabriel. Captain TK. And I'll just do a rocket emoji. Okay, let's go. Good luck, everyone. Oh, this is going to be a swingy game week, boys. This is going to be crazy. I feel like everyone... you don't know what to think about, like... What's going to happen this game week? What is going to happen? Who knows? Who knows? Mohammed says he used 5 free transfers. That is huge. Foden to Bruno, Van Dijk to Fofana, Minta to Enzo, O'Reilly to Senesi, and Gordon to Rodgers. Yeah, those are huge transfers. Really good. Love it. Those are top. I think he smashed it with those ones. The Hubby Show, Captain Thiago over Haaland. Be this on your head, FPL Gallagher. Yeah, it is on my head. I mean, listen, it's on my head. There we go. There we go. Yeah, absolute crazy, boys, honestly. Oh, you Captain Bowen. That's huge. The bench is warm this week. The bench is very warm. While we're here, let's do a quick fantasy challenge. I feel like the fantasy challenge this week is quite a fun one, apparently. Let's log me in. Okay. Manage team. So 2 points for every successful dribble past an opponent. Do they have successful dribbles on this? Surely they do. Surely they do. Dribbles. They don't say whether their dribbles are successful or not, but you would assume someone who does the most dribbles, you know, is the most, makes the most successful ones. So let's do a quick FPL challenge, and I think Doku, will Doku play now? Do we know that? We don't know that. Yeah, we really don't know anything about the City lineup right now. I mean, I'll throw Ndai in there because I've just got him in my team as well. So let's go for Ndai. I mean, at the back we can go for Coyote. Looks like he'll... yeah, looks like he does a lot of dribbles. Interesting. Other than him, I mean, Semenyo. We'll throw Semenyo in there. Yeah. I like Semenyo as a shout. And then a late shout with... You know what? I'm going to go for Wirtz. I like Wirtz as a pick there. And then up top, let's see who is the one to go for. Up top, Bowen against Sunderland. Easy dub. Easy dub that. And then goalkeepers. Yeah, we'll throw it. No, we already have transfer out. Let's go for... We'll just go for Raya. He'll probably start. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Fantasy. Is the draft closed as well? Let's just see if we can get back into FPL. No, it's all locked out. So I'll just show you guys my team there. Yeah, the benching says Major Mayor. Honestly, lads, absolutely crazy. What if Haaland starts? Casuals will clean up. Yeah, so true, actually. The casuals will be feasting if Haaland doesn't start. Mystician says, wait, Zach Howard, fuck Pep Roulette. Ruined next week's plans. Definitely have to take -4 now. Maybe -8 if Bruno Guimaraes is still out. Yeah, that Pep Roulette has fucked me up as well. I had all these plans, but looks like I had to change everything. Mystician Justin, United are understood to be less concerned than some supporters with Balaba's dip in form at Brighton so far this season. His displays at the African Cup of Nations with Cameroon proved a timely reminder of his capabilities. Brighton have made all the right noises about not selling 22-year-old Baleba, but around the league there is a feeling that Brighton will cash in come June and Baleba will be on the move for a price tag north of 60 million, likely closer to 75 million pounds. Interesting. Jeevan Gill, you have asked about FPL Challenge. I've done my FPL Challenge team. This is what I've gone for. Raya in nets, Coyote, Semenyo, Ndai, Verts, Bowen. Boom. There's my FPL draft or FPL Challenge video team. But lads, oh wait, Pickford plays Leeds at home. I think I'm gonna get him in. Oh wait, I already have Everton players. Shit. Should I just go for Rofes against West Ham? Yeah, fuck it. We'll see what happens. I don't want to go for Raya against Man United. Don't have a good feeling about that one. Even though I've just gone triple Arsenal against Man United. I should say that. Triple Arsenal defense activated. What's a good emoji for activated? I'll just go brick because they're just a brick solid defense. Lads, that was an insane end to the stream. Any words about Casemiro's time at Man United? Yeah, he's a good servant to the club. I mean, I think he's had his critics, but overall, I think he's a good player, and obviously he's just getting a bit older, so he has to acknowledge that. But he was never going to leave with the contract that we gave him. The contract we gave him, he's the third highest paid player in the Premier League after Haaland and Salah. So, like, obviously he's going to run the end of his contract out when you're on 350k a week. But, yeah, Philip, Haaland is not starting, indeed. But, yeah, absolutely insane end to the stream. Happy to share that experience with you guys. It was stressful, but we made it through. And yeah, we're going to have to enjoy the game week now. And everyone's captains is going to be a bit up in the air, but we'll see how it goes for everyone. So I'm going to leave it there.